up, guys, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are hopping into the season 2 finale of Smallville, the 23rd episode of the second season, Exodus. I'm really excited to see how this all ends up wrapping up for this season. Everything is coming to a head with Lex and Kent and Lionel all figuring out about the caves, about the weird like alien language that's on the walls that Dr. Walden was writing in his crazy cell, and the disc and all of these threads that have been going on throughout this season is now coming to a head because Lionel is circling the drain right now. He's figuring it all out, and he's figuring out what Lex has been trying to figure out all season long. So those two are now butting heads, and those two are now creeping in on Clark and figuring out his secret. So it's like Clark's got to figure out how to keep Lionel off his back and how to keep Lex off his back so they can keep their secret, so they don't find out that he is actually an alien. Of course, finally, Clark and Lana get together, and of course Chloe sees them, so now their friendship is even more on the outs, which really sucks because I really like Clark and Chloe's relationship, so that sucks. And of course we have Lex and Helen in their wedding. We'll see, as the last episode she said that she was calling it off, or she doesn't know she should marry him. We'll see if they go through with it or not. She could. I mean, it's a season finale. I'm guessing that she does, and I don't know. All I know is the other shoe is going to drop and something is going to happen so this thing doesn't stick. So yeah, I don't want to hold off anymore. We are about to get into this. If you want to see my full reaction to this episode and all the other episodes I have done, you can head on over to my Patreon page. I'm about a week and a half, 2 weeks ahead over there on the Patreon. So if you want to get episodes ahead, you can head on over there. If not, you can hang out right here and just follow me here on YouTube. And I don't know, I got all mixed up in my head there, but you know, out of everybody says like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go. Oh, we're jumping right into this.
I am
Sharel, what up, my dude? What up?
time to accept your destiny.
I don't know what you have in mind for me.
Your thoughts are a mystery to me, Carmel. Please let them serve their purpose. It is time to leave them.
Please, everything and everyone you love is here. In Smallville. I want to create my own future.
You have no choice, Carmel.
This is intense. So I'm not talking much. I'm just like so enamored by this. What the hell?
What's wrong?
The chick came alive and my dad talked to me.
I kind of met my biological father last night. He said it was time.
So it was time for what?
To leave Smallville and fulfill my destiny. I have until sundown today. Why is it happening now when my life is just coming together? Farm's out of debt. I'm going to be a big brother. Lana and I are finally getting together.
You choose your own destiny. Nobody can decide that for you, son.
It's where I belong and I'm not going anywhere.
Let's see what Jarrell has to say about that. I hate that he has this blood. God, does he know it's Clark's? I don't know that. I don't know. Does he know it's Clark's?
I don't want to go into this marriage with any secrets between us.
You got a lot of secrets, Lex. Oh, he's showing her. I would be so pissed
I
off.
did break in your office.
She's gonna dump your
I
ass.
told you because I'm trying to break the cycle. I don't want to be the person who did this anymore.
You did do it, Lex.
Yeah.
You violated my privacy and that of my patient. What did you think would happen? That you'd give it back, tell me what you did, and I'd just forgive you and we'd live happily ever after?
It's kind of what he was hoping.
I didn't have it analyzed.
Is that supposed to mean something?
What was so important about this blood anyway?
I thought it would give me the answers I've been looking for.
All it did was end this relationship.
Sounds about right, yeah. Hey, you messed up, Lex. That's messed up.
You can always tell when you're being less than truthful.
Yeah, he's a horrible liar. It's not that hard.
It's just I've waited for this for so long. For us.
So have we.
I just don't want it to go away.
You're not going anywhere.
Aww.
Alright, just let me tell her. Chloe and I agreed that we'd be upfront about things like this. Where's this Taylor?
About that,
Why'd you break it off?
I kind of stole from her.
I've always
Have
been fighting my
secrets.
destiny, trying to avoid becoming my father.
What'd you do?
I betrayed Helen's trust.
He decked this place out.
What are you doing here?
It's just curious.
I suppose so.
You have to lie a lot better with him.
I'm going to unlock the secrets hidden in these walls.
Good luck with that.
Yes, but I have something he didn't. The key.
Now Clark has the key, right?
Convinced. So, I have fashioned my own key.
Is it a kryptonite key? Oh, okay. Close the box. Close the box. Close the box.
You don't look well. Are you alright?
This magnificent bastard. Ugh. He's just like toying with everybody. Last episode of this one, he's just toying with everybody.
Have you seen Clark? He's been looking for you.
No.
I wanted to talk to you, said it was important.
Well, I guess it couldn't be as important as you thought.
Hope it's not the last one I see from up here.
It won't be, Clark.
Yeah, we get 8 more seasons, dude.
Thanks for always believing in me.
You're welcome, son.
Their relationship is just the best. I love them so much.
It is time, Connell. Come to me.
You're not my father. I won't let you control me.
Oh! I guess that's what Jarell is gonna do. Oh! Oh, God, it like burned into his skin.
No voice?
No voice.
Don't lie to your parents.
I am so angry at you. What you did was unforgivable.
Then why are you here?
I started to look at myself and mistakes that I've made in my life.
Oh, you're not calling off the wedding.
I still love you.
Does it hurt? No, not now.
Of course, you have to get Tom Welling without a shirt. Of course.
I have to destroy the ship.
Wait, what?
What?
You can't destroy the ship?
No. Clark, this is whacked. But before
The kryptonite key.
it could kill you.
Yeah. Listen to Pete. Don't do this. Don't do this. I hate this. I hate this so much. Don't do this. This is a bad plan.
People are always at their weakest when they're angry. Ask your father.
Oh, you went there. You're just distracting him. I love it.
Search him.
It's like, how did I get it? What do you mean? What did I do?
Careful, Mr. Luther. Wouldn't want to look weak.
Oh, that was a great one-liner.
I got you something. My father gave me one on our wedding day, just in case I got lost going down the aisle.
I love that. That's awesome. Finally, there's like a moment where they're not at odds with each other. They actually have like mutual, I don't know, respect, but just not spite and hatred.
Why aren't you dressed?
Oh, you're looking very pretty there, Lana.
Wow. There's something I have to do first. I can't tell you.
It's starting already. Jesus.
For us, our future.
Last time a guy said that to me, he went off to war.
Lana,
Yeah?
I just wanted to remember this moment.
Damn, you seem like last goodbyes to everybody. What? No, Chloe, we don't have time for this. We don't have time for this.
Is everything okay? I mean, I heard you were looking for me.
Just not right now. We'll talk later.
Who was going to tell me that you and Lana are together?
You know?
Newsflash, you've always been in love with Lana.
Yeah. So what?
I tried to deny it, thinking that maybe we could work something out, but it's like fate, Clark. Inevitable, but always surprising when it actually happens.
I was going to tell you.
Really? Obviously, it was on the top of your to-do list.
He has a lot going on right now, girl.
We just made a promise to be honest with each other, and you didn't have the guts to keep your word.
Okay, girl, seriously? It literally just happened yesterday. He hasn't seen you since she ran into the barn. They haven't seen him. Sure, you talked about, like, teenagers. I get that she's mad, but it's kind of annoying now, this last couple episodes. Clark, don't do this. There's a reason you didn't tell your parents. This is the bad plan. Oh, look at his hand. What? Oh! No, 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 no. Oh my god. Oh no! Oh, the baby! Oh, I guess they went through with it. Alright. That cellar is gone. How the hell are you gonna explain this one?
What did you do, Clark?
Kinda destroyed the ship.
Dad, I lied about the voice.
Yeah, you're lied about everything this episode.
Why didn't you tell us?
Because he knew it was a bad plan, and you'd say no.
I knew you wouldn't agree with what I did.
So it probably means you shouldn't have done it.
Your actions have consequences, Clark. Now your mother is lying in a hospital bed. Doctor, how's my wife?
She has a mild concussion. She'll be fine.
That's it? Like, that trickled over a lot.
And how is our baby?
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. What, that's it? That's all you get is an I'm sorry? Well, you knew they had to deal with this baby thing somehow. I was trying to figure out how, because Clark doesn't have a sibling. So, this just sucks all around. Damn. Yeah, I don't know how you explain this one to Lana.
My mom lost a baby.
Oh, we hadn't told anybody yet?
I did this. I tried to cover up my past and push it away. I couldn't.
He just looks so dazed and just overwhelmed.
Letting go, everyone I love would be hurt.
Clark, you didn't know this was gonna happen. Yeah.
No, Lana, stay away from me. Stay away from me before I hurt you too.
I will say from, like, even last season, Tom Welling has gotten much better. His acting skills have gotten a lot better.
I'm glad you finally decided to accept my offer.
Well, opportunities like this aren't dropped on your doorstep every day.
Ah, Chloe.
Change of heart.
You just made a deal with the devil, girl. Martha.
No one can help me now.
What?
I know Chloe kept one of those red kryptonite rings.
No. Don't, no.
It's not the answer, Clark.
Yeah, it's not. Don't do this.
Clark, you need to talk to your folks. I did talk to my parents, but you should have seen the way my dad looked at me.
He was in shock. It's not the answer, Clark. You are making mistakes right now.
Why won't you let me in?
Because, Lana, you won't like what you see.
Your parents need you. I need you.
She's just begging him to stay.
I love you, Clark.
I love you too, more than you'll ever know.
They're breaking him up already, aren't they?
That's why I have to leave.
Damn. I feel so bad for Lana right now because she has no idea what's going on. Like, I feel so bad for her. It's like all of a sudden he's just like gone. And he's like, you can't save it. Like I feel like, what the hell happened? Like, she has no clue. I feel so bad for her right now. Did she drug him? What? Oh!
You will obey me, Carl.
Not now. Going off to Metropolis. All right, well, that was Exodus. Let's go ahead and we'll talk about it. Well, that was the season 2 finale of Smallville, and that was so good. It was probably one of the best of the season. I'm not gonna lie. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. You really felt the stakes were just getting higher and higher and higher, and just getting more intense and more intense and more intense as the episode went on. Like, I was totally immersed in it. I thought it took like 15 minutes, not like the 42 minutes it normally is. Like, it flew by. I loved it. I thought it was so good, and it does what every good finale does. It keeps you engaged. It brings drama. It leaves you with a cliffhanger of just wanting to know what's gonna happen. And like, I cannot imagine being, when this was live and just like, I have to wait 3 months before I get to figure out what happens. Like, what? That's crazy. Let's go through the episode. Like, you had, well, the biggest thing obviously is Clark, and he gets a warning from Jor-El to embrace his destiny, and if he doesn't come to his father by like noon the next day or something like that, that I don't know what he was gonna do, but he's like forcing him to like embrace your destiny, come to me, become who I sent you here to be. And Clark's like, no, I'm not gonna leave. My home's here, my family's here. I don't want to leave. I don't know what's gonna happen. And so he's like, so he came up with the horrible plan of blowing up the ship. Like, well, I'm sure he didn't know it was going to blow up, but he's like, he's going to destroy it, because I'm guessing in his mind, he's saying he destroys the ship, he doesn't have to hear from his father anymore, and he can kind of choose his own destiny. That's what he wants to do. He doesn't want someone choosing his own destiny for him. And I get that. I totally get that. But the biggest thing is just he was afraid. I realized, like, you're looking at this, like, he had so much fear about what was going to happen if he went with Jor-El. And you can just see that fear on his face. It just had him do things that normally he wouldn't do. And you could tell that, man, it was a bad plan. I hated the plan from the beginning, and I think you're supposed to. It was a bad plan all around. Everyone was telling him, don't do it. Like, there was a reason he lied to his parents. There's a reason he lied to Lana. There's a reason he didn't tell anybody his plan, because it was a bad plan. And you didn't tell anybody. So You're keeping everything in and everything is secret. And guess what? Look what happened. Your storm cellar is completely destroyed. Your mom's in the hospital and she loses the baby. Like, ugh, that was so heartbreaking. I hated that she lost the baby, but you also kind of knew that somehow that was going to happen, or somehow something was going to happen to the baby, because obviously Clark doesn't have a brother or a sister. So somehow they were going to resolve this baby issue, whether it be like a miscarriage or you know, getting into an accident. So that really, really does suck, unfortunately. But it was one of those where I wasn't surprised that she lost the baby. I was kind of waiting for something to happen with that and wrap that story up. So now we have Helen and Lex. They go through with the wedding, which was awesome. Like, it looked like she wasn't going to. She actually like broke off the engagement and left, and then she came back and was like, I love you too much, I guess. But then we'll talk about the end later. So we're gonna talk about the rest of the episode. Then we'll talk about the last like 3 minutes. But she ended up coming back and she went through with the wedding. So I was like, okay, all right, I guess she really does love Lex. Let's see what happens. Then, of course, Clark and Lana are together, and Clark wants to tell Chloe about them being together before, like, Lana tells her. Like, and I agree that he needs to be the one to tell her. And, of course, Chloe already knows, unfortunately, because she was going to go to the barn to warn Clark about Lionel and how Lionel was snooping around and getting closer and closer to his secret and wanting to know more about the family. Even though she doesn't know the secret, but she does know that Lionel is a dangerous guy. So, you know, so now the Kents don't know that Lionel is getting closer and closer. Even though, I guess now that I think about it, they probably do, because he was in the caves and everything else. Which was a really fun scene when Pete ended up going down into the caves and was trying to like distract Lionel, and so he can get the key. Even though I don't think that was necessary. I don't think that was really necessary, because Clark can literally just super speed in there and leave. But you know, whatever. It was a great scene. I loved his comeback when he's like, "Be careful, Mr. Luther," or Lionel, or whatever he said. "You don't want to look weak." I'm like, oh. That was a good line. I was like, good one, Pete. You got a good one. Like, I'm like, he had purpose in this episode, which was great, because he is the most underutilized character on this show, and I hate it. I'm like, he finally has somebody to know, but this whole season, you're not using him, and it's so sad. I hate that. Because I like Pete, and Clark deserves to have a friend who knows. But anyway, and of course, Chloe gets upset with Clark because she knows and Clark isn't telling her. But I'm like, wait a minute, girl. You have not seen him. You have no right to be angry right now, because you have not seen him since you found out. So it's not like you had a whole conversation that happened where he just didn't tell you. This is the first chance that he would have, and he has 5 million things going on. He cannot deal with you right now. Like, I would have been like, girl, just come back in 10 minutes. I have something going on right now. Just come back in 10 minutes and we'll deal with this. And it would have been fine. But of course, she is a teenager and gets super upset, storms off. And of course, what does she do? She goes to Lionel. And now, because of how angry she is and upset she is, and she's on the outs with Clark, that now she is going to spy on Clark for Lionel, which is not good. She was so loyal last episode, and she just turned it completely around. And I'm just like, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? I know you're hurting, but this is the wrong thing to do. You do not make a deal with the devil, because you're going to regret this. And I have a feeling next season she is really going to regret this decision. I don't know why I'm getting so tongue-tied as I'm talking right now. So then at the very end, of course, we have the big goodbye scene between Clark and Lana, and like she confesses that she loves him and that she's begging him to stay, and he's like no one can save me, being all melodramatic. But you know, he confesses that he loves her too, but like he's got to go, and he grabs, you know, the red kryptonite because he's hurting, and he has a ton of regrets, and he has so much guilt that is just weighing on him for what he did to his little brother or sister. Like it's so sad. Like And he's convincing himself that he just destroys and hurts everybody around him. So the minute they finally get Clark and Lana together, what do? They break them up. Or I don't know if they're broken up, but he leaves basically. And it's like, you built this whole thing up. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if they're broken up, but like the minute they get together, he leaves. So we'll see what happens next season. And of course, he is now driving off into Metropolis on his motorcycle, going, just escaping and running away from all his problems and his guilt and his fear, and not dealing with his problems at all. Instead of dealing with what he did, the stupid thing that he did, he ran away. And then, of course, the other thing is, I'm pretty sure that Helen drugged Lex and like jumped out of the airplane, and now the airplane like dove into the water. So now you have Lex, who's in danger. Obviously, he's going to be fine, but what the hell happened to him? You have Clark, who's running away from his problems. You have the Kinsey who are hurting because they lost the baby and she's in the hospital, and Lana's hurting and Chloe's hurting and everybody is hurting. Like, this is insane. This was a great finale. I really, really enjoyed it. And, you know, it's just a great point to start launching into like the next season. This is a great, just a great ending to these storylines and everything coming into a head, and just the tension just building and building and building until he just rides off because he can't do it anymore. This was a great ascension and a great amount of like tension, and stakes are high, and it was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed it. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give this a 9. I thought it was a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty good episode. Like I said, I've been rambling on about this for a while, so I think it's a 9 out of 10. And as far as the tally board, we have a few here. Of course, we have the Kent truck accidents, which is now at 7, and of course another hospital visit for Martha, so that's 30. We have a barn destruction for when the ship exploded, so now we're at 5 for that. And of course we have colored kryptonite, which is now at 3. If you want to see my full reaction, or you want to see previous episodes or any show I'm doing, you can head on over to my Patreon page. All the full episodes are there. The link is in the description below. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you for the 3rd season.